Today, we will be discussing the idea of leadership. To begin with, I would like to ask the audience one question. What does George Washington, Adolf Hitler, Julius Caesar, Fidel Castro, and Winston Churchill all have in common? They were all very successful in their avenues of life because of their exceptional leadership skills. They were charismatic and influenced the general populace of their time. But does leadership always have to be strong and enigmatic? The Society of Friends, better known as the Quakers, have a different approach to leadership. Today, we will examine and elaborate on this topic, as well as discuss the importance it can have in the future. The 3 points we will be covering today are what is general leadership, how it compares to the Quaker form of leadership, and how the Quakers are going about spreading their style of leadership. To begin with, Webster's dictionary describes leadership as the power or ability to lead other people. Leaders are the ones who take charge of a situation and set a precedent for the others to follow. They generally sit at the top of the hierarchical power and send orders downwards. The leaders exhibit a bold personality and are at the forefront of their movement. Now, how does this compare to the Quaker style of leadership? To begin with, Quakers view leadership as a servitude position. They believe that you should quietly shepherd your community members. They prefer to shepherd and take care of their members one-on-one rather than trying to address a whole group. They believe that good leadership should stem from the bottom and its influence should work its way upwards. They believe that it should be similar to that of a tree, where leadership takes from the roots and pushes it upward and makes and influence all of the community. And this also leads to my next point of that the Quakers also believe that the leader should stimulate growth in their community, but they should not direct its flow or its movement of how it goes. My next point is they believe that leadership should be a joint effort between the leader and their community members. They don't believe in that only the leader makes a decision. The leader is viewed more as the person that heads the discussion and leads it, but the community members are the ones who have to sit and take part of it and tell the leader what they want, and this is their idea of that communication is what leads to good leadership. As long as the lines of communications are open, good leadership can always be established. My next point is they feel that leadership is not just about fixing that problem. They believe that leadership should be able to learn and take care of its individual members than trying to solve the problem. If you understand the whole person and how the situation affects them personally, this is what good leadership is. Not just solving the problem, but understanding the person. The last point we will discuss today is how are the Quakers going about spreading this type of leadership? And the Quakers are going about doing this by holding leadership programs in their educational facilities. The one we will be focusing on today is Guilford College, and in 1992 they started the Quaker Leadership Scholar Program, which is abbreviated QLSP. Their mission is to provide programs that nurture students to spiritual and personal growth by performing different avenues of service. Some of the services that they perform are hold discussions, reflections, and queries to help learn what the community needs, which will help them acquire their spiritual and personal growth. Their ultimate goal is to have a global leadership patterned after that of the Friends style of leadership. The best way to explain this is what one of the members of the QLSP said. To hear what is being said and shared and what needs to happen for everyone, where the best decision is, and to be open and willing to be changed if it is good for everyone. They want their members, after completing this program, to be able to go out into the community and improve it by using this style of leadership. Today, we have discussed the modern meaning of leadership, how it compares to the Quaker style of leadership, and lastly, how the Quakers are going about advocating this style of leadership. They view leadership as a servitude role that helps to encourage and strengthen the community. And as former John F. Kennedy, the president, said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." The Friends believe in something similar to this statement, except that it is much more local. If it were to be, as the Friends said, "Ask not what your community can do for you, ask what you can do for your community."